Kia ora katoa. Ko Harman Toku Ingwa, I am presenting my community assessment and SWOT analysis of my community and effect of social determinant of health on my community. So, what is community? So, before we are going to the next step. Let's discuss what's community. Community is a group of people with diverse characteristics who are linked by social ties, share common perspective, and engage in joint action in geographical area or setting. So, my chosen community is Fitiora, which is a central suburb in Kirikiri Roa. So, Fitiora, let's see the geographical location of Fitiora. So, Fitiora lies on the west bank of Waikato River, a stretch to the Hamilton West town belt. It runs through Fitiora. So, talking about the geographical demographic data, population size as of June 2022 is not 2,950 people living in Fitiora. But if we talk about the census 2018, so population size was 2538. 2,538 people living in Fitiora, and male to female ratio is 1:1. So 1,269 male are living in Fitiora, and same number of females are living in the Fitiora suburb. Maori population is 495, and median age for people living in Fitiora is 31.3, and Maori median age is 29.9 as of the records. The sources are Stats New Zealand. If we talk briefly about percentage of ethnic group living in Fitiora, so we have European who are nearly half of the population living in Fitiora. The 47.4 people are from European descent, and nearly 20% Maori population are living here, and 5% Pacifica, and rest other also contribute to the population of Fitiora. Let's have a quick look at determinants of health before going next. So, social determinants of health, these are the multiple social, economical, environmental, or personal factors that affect health well-being of a person, of a nation, and a population. These factors are interrelated to each other, and they are complex, and they can't be isolate easily. So for my today's assignment, I am choosing social environment of my community and as a social determinant of health, and we will be discussing the effect of the social environment on health. And for my next one, tour of our community video and or tour from Mill Street, and here we are traveling toward the Frankton, and on the left side it's Pack and Save, which is great for your grocery need and everyday stuff. And on you can see there are some stores, Super Cheap Autos, Domino's Pizza, some fitness gym, and some drink stores on the left. And turning right, we have got a gas station for this community, which is really great, and few more. This is the FMG Stadium, previously known as a rugby stadium. You can see it has huge capacity of over 25,000 seats. The Fata Noa. So this is the Fata Noa. It's a Fata Noa gateway. It commemorates the ancient traditions and landmarks of Waikato Tainui. So it is one of the first in the sporting ground you can find. And next to the stadium is the Europa. It's Hamilton West Cemetery, and it has got cultural and heritage importance in this cemetery. Moving forward, our community have some awesome sports club like this one, Hamilton Boys, Old Boys Rugby and Sport and Squash Club, Judo Club, and we have great facilities, health facilities in our community as well. So this is a Plunkett. We have two child care centers. So one is this one, it is just opposite to the Plunkett, and this is another daycare center which is adjacent to the Fitiora school. This is Fitiora School. It offers classes up to year 8, and it offers after school activities and holiday programs. This is another street, Ulster Street. It is mostly occupied by Kayanga, Aura, and MSD to provide housing and emergency housing. It was used during COVID when there was a need for MIQs and people need to isolate. But since then, because housing development and things are delayed, so lots of people are still here, and they are waiting for their transition to public housing. So lots of families live here. This is Ulster Street Dairy, a dairy handy. Every community has a dairy, so this is our dairy in our neighborhood and community. So here we finished our tour of our community, and let's discuss the next part in our slides. So briefly, the strengths of my community are we have got school, kindergarten, supermarket, gas station, Plunkett Park, rugby stadium, doctors. Everything is very accessible. So which is really good to have it for a suburbs, restaurant, takeaway, shopping complex. Everything is quite handy. So these are strengths of my community. Briefly, if we discuss the weaknesses of, so if we talk about the weaknesses, housing shortage, poor housing condition is the biggest weakness in my community. Public housing, emergency housing, and no free support a group for culturally diverse community. Like we have got clubs and social play groups, but they are not free, and they are not for all age of people and all community, all type of community. So not many community programs for all ages like health and wellness activities, market day, etc. There's a lack of support and resources for mental health too. Motel and lodges in this area are used by ministry to provide housing for people who are in need of emergency housing in this area. And this is leading to the economical loss as well, because during the games and league people are finding it hard to get accommodation close by, so it discourages them to stay here overnight or and to attend the games. So effect of social environment as a social determinant of health. So since I said like housing is poor and some old houses are not warm enough in winters, this leads to health issue, particularly in children and kids. The person who are in emergency housing suffer a lot because they don't have employment as well. Some of them want to work, but because of their uncertain future, because of their uncertain temporary accommodation, they don't know where they're gonna live and where they should work. So they have got limited resources, and this leads to uncertain future for them. So motor rooms are basically studio rooms. They are not equipped with traditional kitchen with all kitchen gadget and kitchen stuff. So people are leading an unhealthy lifestyle because they don't cook, they don't feel have that homely feeling, so it impacts their eating or lifestyle habit as well. And taking junk and takeaways are very easy and accessible. Truancy is noticeable in this community now because people who are living in the area are here for temporary time. They don't have family connection, they don't have friends, and even kids do not go to school because they think they are here for temporary, and they don't make friends. So with that kind of behavior, with lack of socialization in kids, it can cause a serious behavioral issue in long term. Every community has opportunity to enhance and improve the experience. So in our community there is a need of redevelopment of housing wherever possible. Some new housing project, beautification of surrounding, and street art project to embrace the cultural identity. We need to repurpose and protect or build heritage which is already we have. We need to protect it, we need to refurbish it. There could be chances of establishment of new community spaces like free community club, and something where everybody, people from all community, people from all ages can go. This will really help the community. Hiring local to support the economy would be great, and more cultural event can be organized to boost local economy and business. We know this suburb has got lots of sporting event, but there are less cultural and community event organized in this suburb. So if I'm talking about the threats, gentrification is one of the threat which is quite evident, because gentrification is a displacement of original people population of that area and covered by mixed and non-native people from in that area. So it's not a threat, it's a diversity, but obviously we do not want to lose the original community, we do not want to lose the original culture of the community. So this house prices can happen because of shortage of houses. People are lots of people are running after rental houses, and to some people want to buy houses. This is leading to the rising house prices and result of inflation. So social disconnection and isolation could be quite common because people are not connected to each other. People are not people do not have their family ties in this area. So social disconnection and isolation need to be looked after. uh, close to city, pollution, traffic, parking restriction is other thing which day to day people face in this community. It is evident that street lined with public housing and those accommodation have known for some poor behavior. So people obviously do not want to face that behavior. A recommendation for our community, or recommendation aligns with the recommendation from Kayanga Aura and Hamilton City Council. So more contemporary houses being close to city, we attract lots of young people and professional and students. So definitely more contemporary houses would be nice. Warm and dry houses for people in emergency needs, and more access to rental property would be a great idea to provide people a place to live. Akianga Aura already have built 160 houses from March 2020 to March 23, May 23, sorry, 2023 in Hamilton. And it plans to build over 850 new houses in Hamilton over the next few years, which is obviously when people have got their stable housing, they can more for their food, their shelter is already sorted. So they can look into their career and they can take up the jobs and work for and go to the workforce and contribute. Hamilton City Council is also working on projects to support residential development to increase the number of dwelling in Central City. It is Central City Transformational Plan, which is already in place, and it is going to do this in next few years. City. Park in the suburbs can be installed with playground equipments for Tamariki and Rangfanu. So more improvement in parks can be looked into, like putting some park furniture, cooking stations, barbecue, public restrooms, bike stands, because we have green spaces in this this community, this suburb, but we don't have playground for Tamariki. So that is a really good idea to have a playground. Accessible pathway for pedestrians sorry, and cyclists would help to tackle traffic problems and promote safer roads. And this is really good idea because it can encourage students and uni students to go to the school and university by cycle. They can use the cycleways, and it is a peace of mind for parents as well that they are allowing their kids to go biking on safer roads. So that would reduce the traffic problem in the city, and that would reduce that would help to reduce the pollution as well. As I mentioned, that sporting has always been more focused for sport lovers in this suburb because of like two big stadium in this suburb, but there is a need to increase the number of community and cultural focused events and activities, because this has become multicultural now. It's close to city, lots of people live here because of work, because of their study. So we really need some well-being events. We really need some festival celebration, cultural focus event, or some well-being events like yoga days or some exercise days, biking group, or some festival celebrations like a Chinese New Year, Diwali. Those flea market, local market, flea market, food trucks. So those things could help to bring community together and will lead to a healthy upbringing and in kids. So the last one is really close to my heart, that the adoption of Hamilton Kirikiri Roa is a specific Maori cultural design will help, can be used to display, can be used to refurbish or walls or street art or some heritage sites in the city. So it will help people to understand the story. It will help people to connect to the culture. So when we are doing the beautification of surrounding, it would be really good idea to put some Kirikiri Roa specific Maori cultural designs, Waikato related Maori cultural designs to let newcomers, to let new immigrants know about our story, and to connect with the culture and story. That's all from me now. So I have got the references.